Good morning, namaskaram, namaste. So, on this beautiful day, wherever we're streaming in from, if you're in the city or if you're around an urban area, you might be feeling the anticipation, that heightened frenzy of chaos. But what we have agency over is ourselves. What we have agency over is maintaining that inner compass of peace, of steadiness, thiram sukhamasana, steadiness and ease on the inside. That's super important because while it's balmy and it's raining where I'm at, rain and fluidity correlates to our sacral chakra, right? Our ability to go with the flow, our ability to find ease, pleasure, sensuality, sexuality, our likes and our dislikes without being averse. This person's cutting me off. There's a lot of anxiety around urban areas. Allowing ourselves to see without attaching. And it's not easy. So, the sacral chakra and that fluidity, we're going to start to weave through in our practice on the mat today. As I like to say in my classes, movement, Shakti likes movement. Asana gives her the discipline or the containment. And then meditation helps her transcend. And Shakti resides right at the base of the spine. She's coiled up and she needs to move through in this very fluid way to uncoil as she weaves her way through the chakras, making her way up. The steadiness that we provide within the asana itself, within the shapes that we make, provide that containment, because energy without containment is what? It's chaotic. So we have that containment within the asana without gripping, without holding. Even if you might be balancing, I know I can get that way too. This is why it's called a practice. You might want to hold on a little bit longer. The attachment comes. Where can we find that fluidity to effortlessly use the breath, use that fluidity to find the containment, and then at the same time surrender? Kriya becomes the practice. So your practice is no longer isolated with just making shapes, but you're allowing the movement of your body to become a moving kriya. As we're transitioning into our fluidity, someone asked in my asana flow, was it a special type of yoga? Is this a dance-based yoga class? And I said, no, it's just my body allowing the fluidity of the breath to not go warrior two, flip the palm, inhale, peaceful warrior, back. The choppiness becomes fluidity when we're riding that breath. It seems as if Shakti is moving in that fluid way, and it seems as if you are dancing on your mat. That might be challenging because a lot of times we're very much focused on need to breathe, gotta focus here. And today I'm gonna encourage you, you're gonna hear me a lot say it, surrender. Ishvara Pranidhana, surrender. We do the work, we surrender the results. And start on our backs, open up the backs of the legs. We'll start to shift into Arohan Awarohan Kriya to get the mind, open up the front gates of the chakras, moving through the back gates of the chakras. If you're feeling a little sped up, if you're feeling a little anxious, a little rajasic, that Kriya will bring you to a place of sattva. If you're feeling a little tamasic, especially with the weather wherever you're streaming in from, a little bit lethargic, a little bit heavier, kapha based, it will bring you to a place of energy. From there, we'll start to transition using that Kriya into our asana. And at the end, we'll do a little meditation. So that way, Shakti gets to surrender and reflect pure consciousness. Let's start on our backs. Let's make sure that we have a strap handy nearby. Just taking a soft cactus. Walk your feet as wide as your mat and draw your knees in towards each other. And let the elbows align with the shoulders. Close the eyes and let your tongue drop to the bottom half of your mouth. And just scanning your body and settling into this shape without needing to fix or do. Let your knees windshield wiper over to the right side without moving your feet. And breathe into the space that's opening up in the back of the left side hip, back body. Feel free to hook your right leg to the outside of your left thigh today. The beauty of having an intermediate level class is that we have agency to choose at any time to increase or decrease the intensity of our practice. Uncross your right leg, let your feet come back to the earth, and slowly draw the knees back to center. Just take a moment here. Let your knees now fall over to the left side. Before you hook the left foot to the outer part of the right thigh, just pause. Notice what your default is. Is it to go to the extreme? If you'd like to hook that left foot to the outside of the right, you can go ahead and take that option. If it's too much, decrease the volume. And draw the awareness to the lower back on the right side, outer part of the right hip. Just noticing any tightness, any restriction that might be happening on the outer parts of our hips, our pelvis. If your left leg is crossed, uncross your left leg. Bring both feet down to the earth and slowly let your pelvis and knees come back to center. We'll draw the right knee into the chest, interlace your fingers around your shin bone. Circle the ankle a few times in one direction. And circle the ankle a few times in the opposite direction. Feel free to extend that left leg in front of you, toes peeling back towards your crown, as if you're stepping on a gas pedal. Maybe you'll stay here. I'll give you the option to peel the head, the neck, the chest, the shoulders off of the earth. Maintain space or an apple between chin and chest and stay here. And then start to visualize a line of energy from the crown, midbrain, through your spine, all the way down to your sacrum. As if you're feeling yourself tethered. Maybe you'll float your hands alongside your hips. Maybe you'll lift that left leg about 2 inches off of the earth. And then notice where you're over efforting. You have agency to turn the dial up or to turn the dial down. Take one more smooth breath here. Lower your left leg, lower your shoulders and chest. Find your strap, loop it around the ball of your right foot. Let the arm bones fall into the earth and give yourself enough slack so you're not going to your fullest range. We're just going to about 70% today. And then close the eyes. Backs of the legs are where the unconscious resides. Bringing anything that might be in the shadows, in the unconscious realms of the body, just bringing that subtle energy to light. Then see if you can peel your toes back. Notice how that changes and shifts the calf, the back of the knee, the back of the hamstring. Pause here and see if you can send light, sending Sa, the sound of pure intelligence, moving from the top of your crown down your spine. And as you exhale, listen for the sound hum, distribution of that intelligence. Feel your joints spacious. Take both ends of your strap now into your right hand. Open up your right leg just about 10%. And place your left hand on top of your left thigh. Anchor that left thigh down. And open up that right leg. And notice where you might be over efforting. Notice where you might be gripping. Can you close your eyes and invite yourself into you, the sensory realm, which is not on the outside, but always on the inside? And take both ends of your strap into your left hand. Gently guide your right leg over to the left side, just about 10%. Right thumb inside of your right side hip crease. Draw that right hip down. And then pause here. Notice the sensation on the outer part of the greater trochanter, that outer bone that wraps around. It's like a hub. Might be feeling sensation run from the outer part of your hip down the IT band all the way down to your right side ankle. You'll pause here, release your strap, leave your right leg just about 10% over, cut your left knee behind your right, hold on to your shin bones, and separate your heels away from one another. Keep anchoring your tailbone down, finding that length, finding that spaciousness. taking bull seat on our back. Release the crossing of this shape. Press your feet down to the earth. We'll take a recovery pose here. Feet press down, triceps press down, fingertips reach up, lift your hips. Little bridge pose here to release. You can roll the shoulder blades underneath, interlace your fingers, lift the hips up. Connecting inward, find that line, that thread that tethers you from the unseen to the seen realm. Listening for saw on the inhalation, listening for hum on the exhalation. Release your hands, lift your heels, roll down one vertebrae at a time, and draw your left knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers on top of your left shin bone and circle the ankle a few times one way. A few times the opposite way. Just notice if you're hearing any extra air snap, crackling, and pop, any extra vata that's accumulating in the joints and bones. Extend that right leg in front of you. Flex your foot as if you're pressing on a gas pedal. Really pay attention to the right big toe mound, and maybe you'll stay here. Option to peel your head, your neck, your chest off of the earth without straining. Maintain space for an apple here between chin and chest. And then float the arms alongside your hips if you're taking that option. If it's too much, you can always dial it down. Maybe you'll lift that right leg off of the earth. Pause. Connect in. Once you've lost the breath, once you've lost the thread, you're no longer in practice. Release the right leg, release the shoulders and the head. Take your strap now, loop it around the ball of your left foot. Arms fall down to the earth, supported. Extend that left leg just about 70%, not going to your full range. Range is of the ego. Form is of the soul. So see if you can let go of the doing. Close the eyes. Invite yourself into the realm that truly matters, you on the inside. Notice the sensations that might be happening on the back of the knee, the back of the hamstring. Take a smooth breath here to inhale, and on your exhalation, take both ends of the strap now into your left hand. Gently open up that left leg, just about 10%. Right hand on top of right thigh. Just pause when you start to feel sensation on the gracilis, the inner thigh of that left leg. Can you breathe here effortlessly without forcing, without being in rajas, and without being timid, being in tamas? Take both ends of your strap now into your right hand and draw that left leg over to the right side. Left thumb inside left hip crease. Draw and anchor that left hip down. And then pause. Notice the sensation on this side. Notice the outer IT band, longest muscle in the legs. Then check in with your jaw, your neck. Once we've lost the ability to breathe fully, we're no longer yoking, yuj, or in yoga, with the essence of the practice. Leave your left leg where it is. Release the strap. And we're going to put a little bend in that left knee and cut your right knee behind your left. Hold on to your shin bones. Separate your heels and start to draw the inner thighs and knees towards your chest. Bull seat on our back helps to open up the pelvis, opens up the hips. And then keep the spine long. Back of the crown pressing into the earth. Pelvis heavy. Back bones heavy. Might be feeling sensation opening up in the glutes, the buttocks. Release the ankles, release the legs. Press your feet down to the earth. We'll take bridge pose one more time as a recovery pose. Lift your hips, press the triceps down, fingertips reach up, interlace the fingers behind the back. Lift the hips. And can you still maintain space or an apple between chin and chest? We'll release the hands if they're clasped. Lift your heels, roll down one vertebrae at a time. You can draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little tight squeeze here as you lengthen the spine. And if it feels good on your spine, you can rock and roll a little bit forward and back to come up to a comfortable seat. Or you can roll over to one side. I'll let you decide. Make your way up. So I'm going to face the side for now. We're going to move into the Arohan Awarohan Kriya. That's a figure 8-like breath that helps to balance the front of the body. If we're feeling overexpressed, if we're feeling a little rajasic or anxious, it brings us to a place of sattva. If we're feeling a little bit in our tamas, a little closed off, a little kapha oriented, it will bring us to homeostasis. Visualize, and you can look up at my body here for a moment. I'll map this kriya. Visualizing a ball of light starting at the base of the spine. On the inhalation, it moves up the chest, the front passageway, through the belly, through the clavicle. Still on the inhalation, it passes through, around the crown. Still on the inhalation, up to the bindu, the very center of our top fontanelle. On the exhalation, it descends, as if I could stick my finger through my head, descends down to the pineal gland. On the exhalation, it moves back down to C7, that bump bone. Still exhaling, it travels down the back passageway to anus perineum, where it comes right back to the front on the inhalation. Now, this is not just a kriya, but it's actually the electromagnetic field that's happening in our bodies when we breathe. Feel free to find a comfortable seat. You can sit on a bolster, a pillow, a block, and let your palms face up, index fingers and thumbs to touch. Start to visualize at the base of your spine a ball of light. As you inhale, feel that light move through the belly, chest, back crown, midbrain. As you exhale, feel that light start to descend through the pineal gland, around to C7, down the back passageway, anus perineum. Breathing in, Arohan, ascending breath, belly, chest, back crown, midbrain. Breathing out, the Warahan, down the back passageway. Feel your joints spacious. Keep mapping this kriya, visualizing how your breath is moving within your body. The electromagnetic pulses of front and back gates. Arohan meaning ascending breath. Awarahan, descending breath. And this very powerful awareness, this very powerful kriya helps to bring our physical body. It's very potent, brings us into a place automatically of sattva gunas. We'll start to move on the breath here. Inhale, let the palms face up. Arohan, visualize belly, chest, back crown, midbrain. Exhale, Awarahan, interlace your fingers, round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. Breathing in, letting the arms move and open to your breath. Don't have to match my rhythm. Breathing out, interlacing your fingers, rounding the spine. Close the eyes. Take this a few more times and really visualize. See this electromagnetic pulse. See this electromagnetic field of energy. It helps the brain surrender what we're looking like and takes us into a place of fluidity, of moving, almost dancing with the breath. Arohan, ascending, belly, chest, back crown, midbrain. Awarahan, down the back passageway. Feel your joints spacious. The next time you come forward, rounding the back through Awarahan, no rush at all. Pause here. Reach the arms straight up. Press your palms high, root your tailbone down. Map Awarahan. Can you trace the kriya? Take a smooth breath here to inhale. Gentle twist over to the right side. Right hand behind you, left hand to the outer part of that right side thigh. Map this figure eight like breath here. Notice how it changes the shape of the rib cage. If we're feeling overexpressive in any shape, it will bring us to a place of balance. Take a smooth breath to inhale, biceps long by your ears, slowly unwind. Interlace your fingers the opposite way this time, palms press high, tailbone roots down. Gentle twist over to the left side. Left hand behind you, right hand to the outer part of your left thigh. Grow the spine long on the inhalation. Map Arohan. Exhale, wrap your ribs around the axis of your spine. Map Awarohan. Down the back passageway. Breathing into this shape, find the Kriya here. Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, down the back passageway. We don't have to think or do anything. The breath and this Kriya will do it for us. Float your biceps long by your ears. Slowly unwind. Let the breath guide you. Press your palms down the midline of your body, pausing at the heart. Feel this duality. This union is representing the very, very dichotomy that's happening inside of us right now. The inhalation, the exhalation, the front, the back gate, lunar and solar. So bow down and maybe invite today surrendering. Ishvara Pranidhana. We're doing the work, we're practicing, we're showing up, and at the same time, surrendering the results. If you'd like to take an Om with me, you can absolutely join me. Let's take a deep breath to inhale. Float the backs of your hands to the tops of your knees. Draw your chin towards your chest. Let's come up onto hands and knees. Spread your palms wide, shoulders over your wrists, knees under your hips. Feel free to close the eyes here on the inhalation. Face looks up, breathing in. Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, mid, brain. Exhale, navel into spinal. Awarohan. Feel it down the back passageway. Taking this, moving to the rhythm of your breath. I don't call it as fast or slow as you breathe. Know that you're exactly where you're meant to be. In your body, in your breath, in union, in yuj. And can you drop your tongue to the bottom half of your mouth? Can you let your joints become spacious? Take this one more time. As you visualize this Kriya, this electromagnetic plane of the front and the back gates of the body, just notice how your practice might be already shifting today. We'll come to neutral spine. Pause here for a moment. Shift your weight over to your left hand. Right arm reaches up. Take a smooth breath here to breathe into the armpit and side ribs. Exhale, right hand threads through left armpit, right ear to the mat. Pause. Backstroke your left hand to your sacrum. Roll that left shoulder on top of your right. Can you trace the Kriya here? Can you find that figure eight-like breath in this shape? Ascending. Awarohan, descending. Left hand underneath your left side shoulder. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. Smooth breath here to inhale. Smooth breath out. You're going to circle that right arm behind you, little circumduction of the shoulder. Reach your seat back, find your child's pose. Awarohan. Keep walking your fingers forward, your tailbone and pelvis heavy. On your next inhalation, wave through your spine. Come through to table pose. Pause. Pour your weight into your right hand. Left arm reaches up. Notice the shift that's already happening from mapping this Kriya. Exhale, left hand underneath right side armpit, left ear to the mat. You find the Kriya here. Right hand to your sacrum and roll that right shoulder on top of the left. Arohan, ascending, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, down the back passageway. C7, anus perineum. Right hand underneath right side shoulder. Left arm reaches up. Smooth breath here to inhale. Front plane of the body. Circumduct that left hand behind you. Reach your seat back. Find your child's pose. Awarohan, down the back passageway. Pelvis heavy. Jaw at ease. When we start to incorporate pranayama, kriya, and asana
into one. We're yoking all of the 8 limbs. So it's no longer fragmented, but it becomes a part of our being. Energy in motion.
Take a smooth breath to inhale. Find yourself moving through table pose. Walk your hands a little bit in front of your shoulders, tuck your toes underneath you, and make your way fluidly back to downward facing dog. Gomukhasana. Pedal your heels out. Trace the Kriya and map it here on the inhalation and on the exhalation. Feel free to keep a little bend in the knees if you need. It always helps to release the low back. We'll move on the breath here. Inhale your right leg straight up and back. All 5 toes like you're pushing into a wall. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Hands to blocks. Here, grow the spine long. Arohan. Lift the back hip. Exhale, step your left foot to meet your right. Fold it forward, Awarohan, down the back passageway. Hold on to your elbows. Let your head be heavy. Little micro bend in the knees. Rock your body side to side. Switch the crossing of the arms, rock yourself side to side again. Release the hands, release your head, slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Use the Kriya here. It will slow you down if you are used to being fast. Will bring you to Sattva if you're used to resisting. Samastiti, palms face forward, shoulders over your hips, head, neck, chest, jaw at ease. Circle the arms around and up, Urvahastasana. Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. Exhale, fold forward, feel the back passageway, feel your joints spacious as you fold into Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine, hands to shin bones, grow the spine long. Hands to blocks. Step back on the right leg, and then pause. Can you lift that back hip? Can you lengthen your spine? Can you trace and map the Kriya on the front plane, Arohan? Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Blocks off to the side. Awarohan. Walk your heels together. Inhale, lift your heels, wave through your spine. Come to plank pose. You can also do this in a modified version. I'll show this here. Exhale all the way down, Chaturanga, belly to the earth. Draw the elbows back. Release the head, the neck, the chest. Press the toes into the earth. Lift the heart. Back of the neck is long. Arohan. Feel the breath here. Exhale, Awarohan, release. Take this again, inhale, lift the heart, back of the neck is long. Maybe you'll lift the hands 2 inches off of the earth, not at the expense of losing the breath. Awarohan brings you back down to the earth. You can stay with one of those 2 options. You can slide your hands underneath your shoulders and move into upward facing dog, Arohan. Map the Kriya, exhale back into downward facing dog. Move through plank, move through table, however you need to get there. Beauty of visualization, especially with Kriya techniques, is it does help to release the mind from wanting to grip and grasp and be attached and figure out. Take a smooth breath to inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh that breath out. Inhale your left leg straight up and back, all 5 toes like you're moving through water. Exhale, step that left foot in between your hands, help it up. Hands to blocks here, map the Kriya. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale's gonna fold you forward, right leg next to left. Awarohan, down the back passageway. Feel free to keep that generous bend on your knees. You can interlace your fingers, roll your shoulder blades in, clasp the palms, or use your strap. And then surrendering the jaw here. Maybe shake your head side to side. Maybe trill your lips. We'll move 1 crossing of the fingers over so we can switch the hands. And keep working your shoulder blades in. Release your hands. Press down in the feet. Inhale, scoop your navel into the spine. Let your head arrive last. Let your palms face forward. And then notice the balance. Notice the sattva that you're feeling. Circle the arms around and up, Urdhva Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. That's a mouthful to say, right? Exhale, fold it forward, Awarohan, down the back passageway. Inhale, lengthen your spine, Urdhva Exhale, the left leg steps way back. Hands down to the earth, blocks off to the side, step back to downward facing. Pause here, walk the inner arches of your heels together. Lift your heels, wave through your spine, come to plank. Lower all the way down, Chaturanga. You can do this as a modified version. I'm showing that option. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the heart. Back of the neck is long. Maybe shake the head, Arohan. Exhale, release, Awarohan. Inhale, lift the heart. Maybe lift the hands. Arohan. Exhale, really, soaring. Option to take one of those cobras, or you can bring your hands underneath your shoulders, lift the heart, upward facing dog. Exhale brings you back into down dog, one breath at a time, one movement at a time. We'll take this a few times. Feel free to move at your leisure. Inhale the right leg straight up and back. Exhale the right foot in between your hands. Hands to blocks. Inhale, grow the spine long. Arohan. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Fold it forward. Awarahan. Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Sweep the arms around and up. Arohan. Exhale, palms down the midline of the body as you fold forward. Awarahan. Down the back passageway. Inhale, Arohan, flat back, Urdhva. Exhale, the right leg steps way back, hands to blocks, grow the spine long. Exhale, your left leg meets your right, downward facing dog. Flow through, coming through plank, one of the cobras, or you can take upward facing dog, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. I'll let you decide. What is unfolding inside of you? What is the best option for you, for balance, for sattva, for homeostasis? From downward facing dog, inhale your left leg straight up and back. Exhale your left foot in between your hands. Help it up, hands to blocks, grow the spine long, like you're moving through water. Exhale, right leg next to left, Uttanasana, standing forward fold, belly to the thighs. Inhale, Arohan, circle the arms around and up. Urdhva Hastasana, palms press. Exhale, straight back down through prayer pose, Awarahan. Feel your joints become spacious. Inhale to lengthen the spine, hands to shins or blocks. Exhale your left leg way back. Lift that back hip, lengthen your spine. Step your right leg back to down dog, one breath at a time, one movement at a time. Yogi's choice here. I'll let you choose the vinyasa that serves you in this moment, or skip it. There's no right or wrong. There's only what is right for you. We all eventually meet in downward facing dog, one breath at a time, one movement at a time. Downward facing dog, we'll take the right leg straight up and back, all 5 toes like you're pushing into a wall. Step your right foot in between your hands. Left foot a little left of center. Seal the outer edge of that left foot and rise to warrior 1. Just take a moment here. Can you map the Kriya here? Notice if the belly, if the ribs are sticking out. Can you find that place of sattva from using the Arohan Awarohan? We'll move on the breath here. Inhale, bend the elbows, face looks up, broaden across the chest. Soaring warrior. Exhale, Awarohan, biceps long by the ears. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen your front leg. Face looks up. Exhale, biceps long by the ears, 45 degrees, belly over your thighs. Take this a few more times. Let the Kriya move your body rather than the intellect, rather than the eyes. Right? Where can I surrender today the outcome of this practice and just offer up the breath, the Kriya, the sacredness that is already inherent inside of you? We'll all eventually meet 45 degrees, biceps long by the ears. Just keep moving the arms. 45 degrees here. Can you trace and map the Kriya here? Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. The elbows in line with the shoulders. Awarohan, soaring warrior. Down the back passageway. Feel your legs strong. Feel your feet holding you up. Feel your neck, your chest, your jaw relaxed and at ease. Take this one more time. Staying inside your breath, your shape, your containment. Hands move down to frame your right leg. Step back to downward facing dog. One breath at a time, one movement at a time. Option to flow here. You can move through chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Stay with one of the cobras or skip it. And you keep that visualization of that figure 8-like breath without being pulled out, without judging. Inhale your left leg straight up and back. Left foot in between your hands. Right foot a little right of center. Warrior one. Just take a moment here, settle in. Visualize the breath. Soft gaze. And this is where the Tantra aspect comes in the world, not of it. Keeping that soft gaze, even though your eyes might be open, we move on the breath here. Inhale, Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain, front leg lengthens. Exhale, biceps long by the ears, 45 degrees, soaring warrior. Move like this to the rhythm of your breath. Simply here as a guide. Where can you take up space in your own body? Where can you find agency to find balance with you for you? Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, pineal gland C7 down the back passageway, anus perineum. Next time you come to 45 degrees, biceps long by your ears, belly over your front leg, just move the arms. Legs strong, pelvic floor lifting. Not about how many you're doing. It's about transcending the intellect to let the subtle forces, that subtle energy, always inside of you, guide and govern what you're doing. Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, down the back passageway, feel your joints become spacious. Take one more. Let your hands frame your left leg. Step back to downward facing dog. No rush. Option to pause, option to flow. 8 billion different people on this planet, 8 billion different recipes for balance. What is serving you in your practice today that's going to bring you to a place of mental, physical, subtle balance? Take a smooth breath to inhale. Look up at the space between your hands. Put a bend in your knees and step, hop, or take a stroll forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine out of the Uttanasana. Exhale, belly towards your thighs, Uttanasana. Put a little micro bend in your knees. Walk your hands up the fronts of your shin bones. One leg at a time, one hand at a time. And then arrive in Samastiti, palms face forward. And just notice the sensation, the feeling that you might be feeling just from standing in Tadasana, from standing in your own presence. Can you map the Kriya here? Can you find Sattva Gunas in this shape? Surya Namaskar B. We'll reach the seat back. Find your chair pose. Find Arohan here. Notice if you're gripping in your tongue, your neck, your jaw. You find spaciousness in this shape. Exhale, fold forward, belly over thighs, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, you can step, hop, or jump, flowing through the vinyasa of your choice. I'll let you decide. We'll all meet in down dog. Inhale the right leg straight up and back. Exhale the right foot behind the right wrist. Left foot a little left of center. Inhale to rise to warrior one. Exhale, fold right back over that front leg, stepping back to down dog. Inhale your left leg straight up and back. Exhale your left foot behind your left wrist. Right foot a little right of center. Rise Arohan. Warrior one, let your exhalation begin. Come down to the earth, step back to down dog, Awarohan. Inhale to lift the heels, wave through your spine, stack shoulders. Your choice of the vinyasa, or you can hold it in downward facing. What do you need today? Look up at the space between your hands, little bend in your knees. Step, hop, or float forward, Uttanasana. Circle the arms, find your seat back. Utkatasana, which translates the chair. Arohan, map the Kriya here. Awarohan, Samastiti, legs straight, palms face forward. Map the Kriya here. We'll take this one more time. I'll guide you through it. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold it forward, Awarohan, down the back passageway. Inhale to lengthen the spine, Arohan. Exhale, Awarohan, stepping, hopping, or jumping if you're taking the vinyasa, your choice here of the flow. Inhale the right leg straight up and back. Exhale, step the right foot behind the right wrist. Left foot a little left of center. Rise to your warrior one. Arohan. Exhale, fold straight back down like you're moving through water. Step back to down dog. Inhale your left leg straight up and back. Arohan. Exhale the right foot a little right of center. Rise to your warrior one. Exhale, fold straight back down. Left leg next to right. Find your down dog. Inhale, move through, either taking a vinyasa or holding. Downward facing dog. Map the Kriya here. Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Ascending breath. Exhale, Awarohan, down the back passageway. Feel your joints become spacious. Look up at the space between your hands. It'll bend in your knees. Step, hop, or jump forward. Inhale to lengthen, flat back. Exhale, standing forward fold, Awarohan. Circle the arms, reach your seat back. Utkatasana, Arohan. Exhale, palms face forward, samastiti, Awarohan. Take this one more time on your own. I'll let you flow on your own. Do not have to feel like if you are forced. Don't have to move according to my rhythm. Just taking up space and agency in your body, not feeling like you have to be cookie cutter. Not feeling like you have to take anybody else's choices, not feeling as if you need to be any other version. And that power between using Kriya in asana creates a fluidity that we can take off of the mat. And that's really the essence of today's focus. If it's one thing I want you to take away from today's practice is how can I start to integrate the Kriya off of the mat, not just in an asana class, not just when I show up to practice on the mat. How can I breathe through the essence and take that essence in my daily practice? If you're used to speeding up, it will bring you to sattva gunas, homeostasis. If you're used to resisting, it will bring you to a place of energy. So this is such a powerful, powerful tool that we can always have in our back pockets. The other aspect of this Kriya that I love to infuse within asana practice, the shapes that we make, is that it shows us where we're over efforting. So if you know that maybe you like to linger a little bit in one shape, or resist one shape, it will automatically balance the up dog to the down dog, or vice versa. We'll all eventually meet in Tadasana, Samastiti, without rushing. So take your time, take agency, and empower yourself that you don't always have to take every single thing that's offered to you. So find your Samastiti, find your palms facing forward. We're gonna do a little shift here. Make sure your blocks are directly in front of you. Little balance work today. Bring your palms to your heart center. This helps to balance the rajas and tamas of the body, right and left sides. Reach your seat back into chair pose. Keep your hands at your heart center. Keep them in prayer pose. Now take a moment, shift your weight over to your left foot. Peel your right heel off of the earth. Does not have to come off very high. Can keep it very low to the ankle. Find your chair pose one more time. Eyes steady on one point. Utkatasana. Shift your weight to your right leg. Left leg comes off of the earth. Notice if you forgot the Kriya. We're going to do this again. Left leg down to the earth. Utkatasana. Inhale, Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Exhale, Awarohan, right leg comes up, down the back passageway. Let's take that again. Inhale, Arohan, Utkatasana, chair pose, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Exhale, left leg comes up, down the back passageway. One more time like that. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, right leg comes up, Awarohan, down the back passageway. Let go of what it looks like. Inhale, chair pose, Arohan. Exhale, Awarohan, left leg comes up. Pause here. Little bend on that right knee. Stay with the breath. The dristi on the ground. Tilt forward. Kick that left heel behind you. Fingertips to the blocks if you need. Left leg finds a home on the ground. Find your warrior two. Open it up. Align your pelvis. If this back hip is up, level the pelvis. Remember, this is the fluidity that allows us to not grip into rajas or tamas. Find that fluidity. Find your sacred balance. Find the Arohan Awarohan Kriya right here, warrior two. Once you have it, right palm faces up. Arohan, peaceful warrior. You can do this with a straight or bent leg. Exhale, Awarohan, extended side angle. Right hand to the top of the right thigh. Left arm long by the ear. Move to the rhythm of your breath. Follow the Kriya rather than the shape you're making. Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Exhale, Awarohan. Down the back passageway, feel your joints become spacious. Notice if the ribs are sticking out. Notice if your body has adjusted, because this Kriya brings you into physical, anatomical balance as well. Right? It's not just subtle, it happens on a physical level. Now, the next time you come to extended side angle, I want you to pause here for a moment. Can you map the Kriya here? Notice if the ribs are overextending. Close the rib cage in. Maybe you'll pause, maybe you'll take that top hand, you'll flip the palm. Maybe you send it behind you, you find your half bound warrior today. If full bound warrior is part of your practice, or you would like to use the strap, Arohan Awarohan Kriya. Where can I find the Kriya, the shape, the balance, the sattva in this posture? There's no goal. There's only balance. Sthiram Sukhamasana, steadiness and ease in everything on and off the mat. Left hand's gonna go to your hip. Right hand's gonna go to the outside of your right baby toe on a block. Slowly start to lengthen your right leg. Heel toe your left foot in about 6 inches. Extended triangle. Take a smooth breath here to inhale. Trace the Kriya. Notice if the ribs are sticking out. Lean back. Option to extend the arm. I like to bring my left hand to my shoulder. Peek up. And as if you're stacking building blocks, fingers, wrists, elbows in line. Notice if you're dumping onto that right hand. Can you grow the spine long? Can you trace that figure 8 here? This shape, this moment, without abandoning yourself. We're going to move this into a balance. Today's all about balance. Sattva on the inside, so it happens sattvically on the outside. Left hand's going to go to your hip. Little micro bend on that right knee. Right hand to the block. Block goes 6 inches in front of your right big toe. Step by step. Left foot underneath that left hip. Now pause here. Slowly start to shift your weight forward. Find the Arohan Awarohan. Maybe that left leg comes in line with the left hip. Find the Kriya. Trace it first. Let it align you from the inside out. Then maybe extend that top hand. If balance is something that you're working on, maybe you'll work towards chapasana today. But find the Kriya first. Release the hand, release the leg, find your warrior 2, find the Kriya again. Let it bring you into balance so you're not gripping whatever just happened. Lengthen your front leg, right toes turn in. Smooth breath, inhale, heels are out, toes are in. Reach the arms up. Exhale, stick your tongue out of your mouth as you fold forward, please. Release it. Hands underneath your shoulders. If your hands don't quite touch the earth, you don't have extra long arms like I do, you're gonna bring blocks underneath your hands, right? That just helps to bring the ground a little bit closer. A few options for you here. If inverting tripod headstand is part of your practice, you can absolutely float. See if you can trace the Kriya while you're inverted. Second option, you can place a block underneath your third eye, forehead. Again, tracing the Kriya. How can I trace and map balance, bring sattva into this shape without also getting into my head? Can I find a place of ease? Sthiram Sukham Asana. Go ahead and shake your head side to side. Maybe trill the lips. Our ability to not be attached to the shape, to our practice, even to showing up, right? We can get very attached. I gotta show up. It's such a delicate balance. Surrender the ego, but we need the ego so that way we're in check. And it is true. We live here in the material realm. So it's such a very delicate tantric balance. I want you to watch yourself, but surrender yourself at the same time. If you're flying, start to make your way back down to the earth. We're going to put a little bend in the knees. Instead of rising back up today, I want you to turn your right toes to face forward. Walk yourself over to right low lunge. It's one thing I love doing is flowing. So we're going to lower that back knee down. Pause. Draw your hands to the blocks to the outside of your hips. Can you find the subtle lift of your pelvic floor and map the Arohan Awarohan here? Now, what that's going to do in the physical body is it's going to start to open up that left side thigh, that left femur bone. You're gonna probably feel a deep release on the psoas just from mapping that Kriya because it physically shifts the body. stay with a little lift of Mula Bandha, a little pelvic floor lift. Right arm's gonna go long by the ear, side bend. Open up the side body. Keep mapping the Kriya here. Visualize that figure 8. Right hand to the right side block, left arm long by the ear. Slow down. Side bend. You're very tight in the front legs and the psoas, the QL, which also wraps around to the obliques. What we're doing is opening up the side body. Left hand to the block. Now pause here. Little lift of the pelvic floor again. Trace that Kriya. Map that Kriya. Figure 8 like breath. If this left side is super tight, you're gonna hang out here, hands underneath the blocks. Now, I'm gonna caution you, whenever we go forward into lizard pose, it's not about reaching down the earth. When we surrender and bring the blocks down, we start to shift the emphasis from the back leg to the front hip. So if you know that that front hip is maybe a little sensitive, choose the option that we just did. Otherwise, you can bring your forearms to the blocks, one of the 3 heights, whichever serves you. You can take Hakini Mudra, drawing the fingertips together. You can bring it down to the ground. Now again, as someone that very much loves body mechanics and anatomy, I'm gonna let you know that this isn't always the best option to go all the way down to the earth, especially if you want to focus on loosening up and lengthening the low back. Best option is going to be to stay in an upright position. Whichever variation you've chosen, come straight back up. We'll start to heel toe the right leg, heel toe it in front of you, in the center of your mat. Flex your right foot, Ardha Hanumanasana, hands to the blocks, belly towards that front thigh. Stay within the integrity of your body, of your physical anatomy. Trace the Kriya here. Arohan, belly, chest, back crown, crown midbrain. Awarahan, down the back passageway. Feel your joints become spacious. Stay with the shape. Stay with the Kriya. Let it move through you. You're not abandoning it, but you're surrendering the results here. You start to shift the weight forward, blocks off to the side, come back through right low lunge. Lift that back knee up. Option to step back to down dog. Pause. We're gonna walk the inner heels together. Shift your weight forward to plank. Roll to the outer right toes. Vashisthasana, a few options. Right knee under right hip, left arm straight up or long by the ear. You can take this option. You can stack your feet, trace the Kriya. You can maybe try for a balance. Same hand, same leg. Once you've lost the Kriya, you're no longer in Sattva. Left hand down to the earth. Your choice of the transition, where you can skip it. Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Awarahan. Down the back passageway, feel your joints become spacious. We all eventually meet in down dog. Peek up at your hands, little bend in the knees. You can step, you can hop, you can float. Catch some air time, standing forward fold. And circle the arms around and up. Let your head be the last part to roll up. Arohan. Urdhva Hastasana. Palms reach up. Exhale, Awarohan. Hands down the midline of the body. Pause. Can you feel the sattva? Can you feel the homeostasis? Can you feel the balance that you're creating from this Kriya? Keep your palms together, the elbows lifted. Make sure your heels are behind the widest part of your feet. Reach your seat back. Utkatasana. Stay with the breath. Shift your weight over to your left foot. Peel your right heel off of the earth. Right leg down to the earth. Arohan, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, shift your weight to the right leg. Peel your left leg off of the earth. Awarahan, down the back passageway. C7, feel the joints become spacious. One more time. Arohan, chair pose, surrendering here. Belly, chest, back crown, crown midbrain. Awarahan, down the back passageway. Let that right leg lift lightly. Little micro bend on your left knee. Hinge it forward. Kick your right heel behind you. Fingertips to the blocks. Surrendering here. Staying with the figure 8 like breath. And then reach that right leg way back. Find your warrior 2. Open it up. Take a moment. Hands to your hips. Level the pelvis. Take your time. Let go. Let go. Balancing the water center. Then bring your hands into warrior 2. Trace the Kriya here. belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Notice how the ribs move into alignment. Left palm faces up. Shanti Virabhadrasana, peaceful warrior. Arohan. Can do this with a straight or bent leg. Awarohan. Left hand, left forearm to the top of the left thigh. Right arm long by the ear. Awarohan, down the back passageway. Let the Kriya move your body. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Arohan. Visualize it. Exhale, Awarohan. Take this 2 more times on your own. Remember what I said at the beginning of class. It's not about going from shape to shape. Hey, it's not about looking on the outside. It's really about connecting on the inside. The fluidity, the dance, the water is on the inside. We're 80% water. So if we're not allowing that balance, that fluidity, that spadhisthana to bring us into sattva inside first, how can we find it on the outside in the shapes that we make? Well, next time you come to extended side angle, pause here. Find the Kriya. Let it close the rib cage in. Let it lengthen your spine. And then take that right hand up. Flip your right palm. Maybe send it way behind you. Option to take half bound or full bound warrior. Trace the Kriya. Use the strap if you need. And then notice if your heart center is facing the ground. Can you open up and lean back? Trace the Kriya. Arohan, belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, down the back passageway. Feel your joints spacious. Right hand to your hip, left hand to a block on the outside of left baby toes. Slowly lengthen your front leg. Heel toe this right foot in about 6 inches. And then lean back. Map the Kriya here, that figure 8-like breath. Many times, postures from Warrior 2, triangle pose, half moon, we tend to stick the ribs out. This Kriya is beautiful to help draw the alignment into the spine. Right hand's gonna go to your right side shoulder, peek up at your elbow. If you'd like to unfold the joints, knowing that this is just an option. To be quite frank, unless I'm teaching, I don't ever take this option. I like to bring my hand to my hip to really focus on lengthening the underneath. So choose and take agency of what feels right for you in this moment to find sattva gunas. Now, step by step, little bend on that left knee. Block 6 inches in front of your left toes. Step your right foot halfway underneath you. Fingertips to the block. Lean forward. Maybe float that right heel up. Can you find the Kriya here, that figure 8-like breath? Once you have it, maybe you'll extend the arm. Option to take chapasana. Finding the bind through the Kriya, through the figure 8. Surrendering the intellect, surrendering the eyes. Release the bind, release your leg, find your warrior 2. Map the Kriya like a clean slate, figure 8. And then lengthen your left toes, turn the toes in. This time we're gonna interlace our fingers behind the small of our back. All 10 toes face in, both heels turn out. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. On your exhale, stick your tongue out of your mouth. Slowly start to hinge forward. Keep your palms together, or you may use a strap. Can you map the Kriya here? Belly, chest, back, crown, crown, midbrain. Awarohan, C7 down the back passageway, anus perineum. Switch the crossing of the hands by moving one finger over. Stay within the integrity of your shape. Option to float, headstand. You can absolutely take that option. You can bring your hands underneath your shoulders, or you can walk your hands in front of you for a wide leg down dog. So releasing the hands, releasing the strap. You can walk your hands, take up space in the body. Map the Kriya here. If you're flying, slowly start to fold, bringing your legs down to the earth. If your hands are in a wide down dog, bring your hands back to center underneath you. Keep a little micro bend in your knees. Walk your hands to the left side. Let your left toes face forward. Come to low lunge and lower the back knee down. And take your time. You feel a subtle lift of your pelvic floor. Hands move back to the blocks alongside your hips. Pause. And then just trace the Kriya here. This side might be a little different for you. This might be a tighter side for you on that right side quadricep, that right side psoas, that right side QL. Let's float the right arm up, long by the ear, big side bend over to the left side. Release the tongue, the neck, the chest. Right hand back down to the earth, back down to your block. Lift up the pelvic floor, find that figure eight, left arm long. Little side bend. Left hand back down to your block. Stay within the integrity of the shape. Left toes open up to the left side, just 45 degrees. Yogi's choice here. If you're staying up, allowing that right side to open up. If you're staying down, forearms to the blocks, the height that serves you, map the Kriya, fingertips in Hakini Mudra, thinker's pose. There is no right or wrong. There's only the balance of fluidity, balance of non-attachment, balance of gratitude, and the balance of reciprocity, equal parts giving and taking. Balance the breath, you'll balance your life. Wherever you are, whichever option you're in, we're slowly going to move the hands to the blocks and heel toe your left heel in front of you. Let it split the mat. Flex your left toes. I like to keep a little micro bend to protect the back of my knee. Belly towards your left thigh. Fold it forward. Arohan Awarohan. Then can you trace the Kriya here? What's opening up in the back gate? How is this different? How is this similar? Where can you find ease, sukha, sweetness, without abandoning yourself, without rushing? Slowly stack your shoulders over your hips, bring your hands out to the side, tuck your back toes, find left low lunge, and then step back to down dog. Walk your ankle bones together, roll through, come to plank pose and roll to the outer edge of your left toes, Vashisthasana, side plank. Option to take, modified version, left knee underneath left side hip. You can stack your feet, try for balance, one hand to one leg. Whichever variation you're in, choose the vinyasa that serves you. We're all going to eventually meet in downward facing dog. I'm giving you an option for active or passive inversions. I'll show the active first. You can come to dolphin pose, headstand prep, drawing your forearms down to the earth, interlacing your fingers. Head does not touch the earth. You can walk your feet towards your elbows. Maybe you'll take one leg up, then the other. Headstand's part of your practice. You can always shift to that. If you'd like to take Viparita Karani, passive inversion, both have the same effects. You'll come to bridge pose, lift your hips, slide a block underneath your low back, flat part of your back. Elbows in line with your shoulders. You'll take your legs up. This work, this practice, having very powerful effects on our nervous system. Once you're ready, you'll come to Virasana, hero's pose. You're still in Viparita Karani. You'll lower your legs down to the earth. We'll take hero's pose, knees in towards each other. You can sit on a block or two, heels outside of your hips. I'm taking a Hamkara Mudra, mudra of the heart. Left hand, index finger and thumb to touch, resting on the left knee. Right hand, index finger and thumb to touch, right at the heart center. Close the eyes here. Just as two rivers converge, moving in opposite directions. Feel that downward energy move up and the upward energy move down. The space where they meet is exactly where you're piercing. And we'll take a little guided meditation here. Visualize right at the center of where you're touching. Light. Anahata Vedana. Vedana meaning to pierce, Anahata, the heart. As you inhale, feel that light expand into every cell of your body. And as you exhale, feel that light come right back to the center of your heart. As you inhale, feel that light now extend, filling the room and the space that you're in. And breathing your balance that you've just created within yourself. Bring it right back to the center of your heart. Breathing in, feel your light now extend to cover this entire planet that is in need of healing, of balance, of sattva. Feel it come right back to the center of your heart. Yum. And finally, start to visualize right at the center of your heart a bubble. And if there's anything that you're needing to release, anything that is preventing you from being in balance with who you are, put it inside of the bubble. See your own handwriting. Place it in the bubble and feel that bubble now move up through the top of your crown. And feel that bubble now release, moving into space, no longer a part of you. Float your right hand on top of your right knee. Keep the eyes closed. If you'd like to stay here in this seated meditation, I'll bring you back at the end of class. If you'd like to shift into Shavasana, press your tongue to the roof of your mouth and slide your tongue behind the upper teeth. Half blink your eyes open, and we'll set up today for Stonehenge. So we'll bring our blocks to the lowest height, place our bed pillows or our bolster on top. And you'll open up your blanket, drape your calves over your bolster. And if you have any essential oils or eye pillows that you'd like, you can cover yourself. Just bringing with you for the next few moments what you need for your balance. If you're staying in your seated meditation, let yourself be held. Start to let go now of the practice. And let the top of your crown soften and feel light, like warm oil, moving through the top of your crown, covering your brain hemisphere. Healing oil moving down the ears, face, eyes, nose, tongue, covering your jaw. Feel this warm healing oil covering the back of the neck and the throat. Let it saturate your shoulders and run down the arms, wrists, and fingers. Let it move across the chest and belly, down the backbones. Feel this warm, nourishing oil softening your pelvis, and buttocks, the right leg, the left leg. Feel this warm, nourishing oil moving to the backs of the knees, down the shin bones and calves, moving into the ankle bones, tops of the feet and the bottoms of the feet, big toes, second toes, third toes, fourth toes, pinky toes. Let yourself now bathe in this warm, healing, nourishing oil. Om Bu, Om Buva, Om Swaha, Om Maha, Om Janaha, Om Tapaha, Om Satyam, Tatsavitur Varenyam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yuna Prachodaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Surrendering the results and feeling peace with yourself, peace with others, and peace with the very forces governing all life. If you're in a seated meditation, begin the Artavatva Samyama process, the reintegration back into your body. If you are in Shavasana, lightly rub your thumbs over each fingertip and stretch the arms up overhead, reaching one side longer than the other. Stretch the opposite side out. Bring your knees one at a time into your chest and slowly roll over to the right side, coming into fetal position. Guide yourself to a comfortable seat, letting your head arrive last. And press your palms at your heart and feel your heart open, your back strong, surrendering to this duality that exists within us. But the bridge of that duality is the heart, the seen and unseen realms, right, left, up, down, masculine, feminine. So feel love for no reason and surrender and offer up the ego of the mind to the wisdom of the soul. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Let's make a fist with the right hand, cover it with the left, press it below your navel, lean forward, and feel a subtle lift of your pelvic floor. Just a little regrounding, and come straight back up. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute.
What the question I had was, I found myself not being able to take a long enough breath to match up with the movement. I'm not sure what to do about that.
So it's not about the breath matching the movement or the movement matching the breath. It's actually about letting both merge. One of the questions I always get, and it happened recently, it happened last night, is why is my flow and why is my practice always looking so dance-like? I am a professional dancer. However, the fluidity isn't about accomplishing warrior two, inhale, lengthen, arms go up, Urdhva now I'm exhaling. So the question, and I'm going to answer it by demoing in a visual way. When we go from a place of inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, step back, it's actually cutting your breath off because we don't breathe naturally in that way. What this does is it focuses on the subtle energy, the subtlety of prana, which is not thinking about the breath, this is thinking. Inhale, I hear my teacher say inhale. I hear my teacher say exhale. I hear my teacher say inhale. Everything then becomes staccato rather than if I'm inhaling, I let my inhale begin, then my arms start to begin moving. I let my exhalation begin first, and then I start to let the exhalation follow. I let my inhalation begin, and then I let the movement follow. I let my exhalation begin, and then I step back. So the fluidity of that transition, if you've ever heard a song and you take away the rhythm or you put it in GarageBand and all you hear are just the notes, it's very jarring. What the practice does is it focuses on the subtlety of the breath so that way you're leading breath first. The breath is the conductor. The symphony or the movement is the aftermath. Usually in vinyasa classes, all we're hearing or being taught is inhale and exhale. So then we're chopping the movement. This transcends that to a place of really closing the eyes and going inward. So when we're following the map of the breath and that Kriya that we learned today, it's your first time. So that Kriya is, I would like to say, more advanced Kriya technique because it maps the front plane and the back plane. Now, what do I mean by that? If we're over Rajasic, because this tends to happen, I'm inhaling, right? And sometimes we've done that in class or we've seen other students do that. We start this, the whole booty up thing. So then my ribs are sticking out and then I'm exhaling and then this is sticking out and then I'm overemphasizing and then I'm arching my back. And that is all out of alignment because I'm in Rajas. And Rajas is when I'm too far forward or future oriented. That actually helps to create more anxiety. So when we focus on the figure 8 breath, instead of being in Rajas here, I have to map it and see it on the inside. Notice that my belly isn't sticking out, my chest isn't sticking out, but the length of the arms are reaching up. So that way I'm in balance and in my body rather than sticking anything out, and then it becomes fluid. It's actually quite challenging. So this is an intermediate level class. Feel very proud of yourself because to learn Kriya and that Kriya for the first time with this practice, and the challenge of today's practice was to carry that entire figure 8 like breath into every single thing that we do. Now I'll show you one more if this helps. What we like to do in Warrior 2 or in a bind, automatically, I'll show you from the side here, what tends to happen is that, do we see the Rajas? Now the figure 8 like breath starts to bring everything so that when I'm in the alignment, if I'm going into a bound warrior, this isn't happening. Can still see my chest is sticking out, right? But that's happening. So it's no longer about sinking or dumping down or overextending of the body. It's really allowing that breath to allow my anatomy, my physical anatomy, to not overextend in the front or in the back. And that's really important because this also tends to happen, what we call tamasic, especially in the cold weather. It happens automatically, but it's also on an energetic level, making us cut off the flow of a long spine and being in balance. Feel proud of yourself. This is a lot to digest.
Thank you. That was super helpful.
So welcome.
The first yoga teacher I've ever had who's used GarageBand as an example.
I'm an artist, so I speak the language of the arts. I'm glad that it actually resonated.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.